Hello everyone, I'm Cheswick44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Tyranny. Yeah, time to start a new game. Thank you for all your suggestions, by the way, with that video that I asked for a while ago. I know I went with another game for a while, but I kinda didn't take the time to do research or look into things. I did look into some of the games that were suggested, and Tyranny I decided to go with. I've been playing its counterpoint, I guess you could call it. Counter game, whatever you want to call it. Why am I blanking on the name? Pillars of Eternity, made by the same developers and publisher and everything, Obsidian and Paradox, both of whom I actually like. And I've been liking that, so I figured, you know what? Let me try Tyranny. I don't actually know much about how this game plays, or much about the game really, aside from the fact that, well, the world's been taken over by the evil villains, and you work for them. I think you effectively are like Judge Dredd or something? You're basically going in to pacify and act as judge, jury, and executioner in a recently conquered piece of territory, but yeah, I play the good guy so many times, partially because so many other people play the bad guy so many times in these games where people have the choice. But let's join the evil villain side for once, shall we? Let's give this a go and see how it goes. We're gonna go with normal difficulty. I'm sure I'll be able to get through. And hopefully the audio is all fine. Just gotta load. Come on. I did not expect this load screen to be this long. There we go.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and Archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tyranny, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tyranny brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Because I'm a protagonist, that's how. Also, 400 years this guy has been conquering? Is he a lich or something? Anyway, oh boy, this is gonna be a while for character creation. This may be the full first episode. Anyway, I'll be playing the guy, I may as well. Let's see, we got 3 body shapes. Tall, short, and wide. Yeah, go with tall. Roll. Yeah. I think the only difference here is men and female. In the Northern Empire, where you were born, men enjoy equal protections under the laws of the Overlord Kairos. In the southern lands of the Tiers, only men may own or captain ships, but real estate is restricted to women. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land and the tiers always passes to the eldest daughters or sister. Interesting. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. Those without a profession or family lands to work can find purpose by pledging service to one of the Overlord's mighty Archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the Archons. If a child cannot forge his own skein, he will certainly find one in battle. And I'm sorry about that. That should not have happened. Anyway. Moving on. Stop that. Anyway. Let's see. Let's go through these. Face. Only 5 faces. Interesting. Not exactly the most pleasant. Guess go with that one. Hair. I don't want bald. Not really there. That one's not bad. I already have an idea of what I'm going to go with. I may do some role-playing in it, because, like I said, I'm going to be on the evil side, and I'm going to try and be the enforcer of law and the like. That'll work. And the facial features? That is a very sheriff-looking look. That one even more so. Why do they always give those? Does anyone even pick those kinds of sideburns? Really? Okay. Sure. Like that. What have we got?
Moving cautiously. Right. Flawless!
I'll just hold on to this.
Moving cautiously. Will do.
Found something.
May as well go with male noble. And as for the picture here, go with this one. Seems fine to me. Origen. Today you are a Fatebinder, agent of the Archon of Justice. You are by no means free, but as a warrior scholar, deputized with discretionary powers to interpret and execute the laws of the Overlord Kairos, you are freer than most. One does not apply to be a Fatebinder, one is called by Tunon the Archon of Justice, and to decline is death. Millions of men and women live in the dozens of realms ruled by the Overlord. How did you stand out from amongst this teeming mass of desperation and insignificance and gain the Archon's notice? Also, it looks like we can actually open up more information on people, or things, or names, which could be useful. Let's see. We've got Pit Fighter, Hunter, Guild Apprentice, Noble Scion, Soldier, Lawbreaker, War Mage, Diplomat. How did I join? Let's see what Soldier says. Unable to settle the year's accounts with grain, your parents offered you as a tithe to the Overlord instead. Seeing your first battles as a child, you've known all your life how to fight, how to stay calm at the sight of blood and disembowelment, and how to rely on your fellow warriors. Deemed smarter than the average killer, you were groomed for command and given an education in letters and numbers. With rumors of war, it seemed recruitment into the disfavored legion would be the obvious match for your skills, but the Archon of Justice is known to say that good iron is not used for swords, and good minds are not used for soldiers. Claimed by Tunon, you were instead drafted into the Court of Fatebinders, where your martial skills were put to use in the enforcement of Kairos' laws. We also have Diplomat here. Though they would never tell you why, Kairos bestowed great wealth upon your family for some unmentioned service, and your parents used this wealth to have you raised far from home. Your childhood was a nomadic tour of Taratus with hired tutors and fleeting friendships. Where others had stability and routine, you had a worldly and varied education. A careless word in a far-flung city landed you in legal trouble, and you were taken before Tunon the Adjudicator and made to stand trial. Not only did you plead your innocence, but you turned the accusations around on the accuser for wasting the court's time, and the Archon of Justice concurred. Amused by your wit, wisdom, and adaptability, Tunon claimed you as his newest enforcer. I like that idea. You know from past games I like a good court scene. I think I do like Diplomat. Let's go with that one. Primary expertise. As one of Tunon's Fatebinders, you receive training in the arts of war, the intrigue of magic, and the inexhaustible depths of Kairos' law. Across the Northern Empire, the education of a Fatebinder is second to none. Those bearing the title are expected to read instructions and understand the economies of the realms in which they operate. Literacy and mathematics, skills rarely found on Taratus, really? Are essential skills in the execution of law. Subtler talents like speechcraft or tactics are honed with time and experience under Tunon's guidance. Following combat style. Sword and shield, almost certainly. Wielding a weapon and shield puts you in the front line of combat, standing between enemies and your allies. Holding a shield will slow down your attack rate slightly, but give you good defensive bonuses, which I'm fine with. You always want to balance attack and defense. If you're always assaulting, always attacking, then you're never going to be able to survive once they start turning on you and trying to kill you. Once your attack falters, you fall. But on the other hand, if you're always defensive, you can survive, but you're not going to be able to do much to other people, really. You'll just take and take and take and take until eventually you are worn down and broken. Sword and shield, I always favor that. It is my favorite for that reason. We've got great sword for... Let's see, wielding a two-handed weapon puts your focus on power rather than speed. This is a slow attack style, but the damage you deal will often overcome the armor of your enemies until they break through. Short bow. The short bow is a weapon of choice for those who choose to attack from a distance, avoiding direct engagement with their enemies. Shock spells. Mages skilled in shock magic can frequently interrupt their enemies, preventing them from executing their attacks. Vigor spells. The School of Vigor is a utility branch of magic that focuses on granting bonuses to yourself and your allies. So that's for the buffs. Javelin. Wielding a javelin is a good compromise between melee and ranged. Thrown weapons deal more damage than bows, but cannot attack from as far away. They also have the benefit of being able to switch between ranged and melee attacks depending on the enemy's distance. It actually sounds kinda useful. Dual wielding. Wielding two weapons gives you the advantage of versatility as each weapon can deal different types of damage. Unarmed attack. Unarmed fighting is one of the more challenging combat styles. Damage is generally lower, but this is offset by the speed of your attacks. Good style for someone interested in being challenged. While fighting unarmed, the dodge skill is used to avoid melee attacks rather than parry. Frost spells. Frost magic is an offensive school that focuses on slowing enemies as well as dealing cold damage, and atrophy magic drains the skills and attributes of your enemies, weakening their attacks and making them easier to kill. So, we've got the 6 types of combat here, with 2 ranged. We've got interrupting damage, buffing, slowing damage, and debuffing. So that's the 4 kinds of magic, it seems. Interesting. Well, I'm definitely going sword and shield, which boosts one-handed weapons, parry, and athletics. So one-handed weapons make sense. Parry defends against melee attacks and spells. Higher skill ranks will reduce damage from enemy attacks. And athletics determines characters' ability to traverse difficult terrain as well as their ability to execute complicated moves in combat. Determine your ability to intimidate or physically overpower someone. And we have an ability. We have Shield Slam. Slam your shield against a target, dazing them. And Sunder. Deliver a powerful overhead attack that reduces a target's armor. So, stun them or weaken them. I like the idea of Shield Slam. Let's stun them. Get that ability. Alright, and next, secondary expertise. Believing that all of his agents should be well-rounded, Tunon ordered that you receive training in a secondary combat style. Fatebinders are often deployed in treacherous circumstances, and one's ability Need to adapt to unexpected changes, like sudden violence or illegal entanglement, can represent the difference between life and death. Oh, we can do Spear and Shield as a second. If we really want, but I don't think so. I like the idea of having a ranged ability as well. I don't want to go for spells. I have made clear many times in the past how much I hate mages. But do I want Javelin or Shortbow? Either way, whichever one, we'd have Heart Shot or Hobble. Hobble basically cripples them for a while. And Heart Shot, delay your aim to focus on hitting the target's heart, can gain additional accuracy for the attack and leave the target bleeding. That would be good. Do I want Shortbow or Javelin? Javelin wouldn't fire as far. Shortbow is ranged. Javelin does have the extra melee abilities. +8 to one-handed athletics and parry. And Shortbow, Bow's subterfuge. Okay, I think the one-handed parry and athletics is there no matter what. Yeah. So this gives a bonus to subterfuge and bows. What's subterfuge? The subterfuge skill determines a character's ability to move unseen through their environment, to detect and manipulate hidden traps and devices, and to open locked chests and doors. It is also used in dialogue to determine your ability to deceive or trick the person you're speaking with. Sounds useful, so roguey kinds of things. Might not be a terrible idea to have a bow. Like I said, it would be nice to have an alternate here. Wait, we can use a war mace? Okay, this is basically the same as greatsword, but with a mace instead. I think I will go with javelin. Maybe it would be better to have javelin. Then I'd still have the shield for defense, and I'd still be able to do damage. Be very focused on one-handed athletics and parry. You know what? Let's go with this, and we'll take Heart Shot. Since it would be good to be able to do damage to him from afar, and Shortbow would be better for hobbling them, since I'd be able to cripple them and then shoot them a few more times before they reach me. Let's go with this. Banner! Oh, goody. So we've got banner colors. Oh, okay. So it's the background and the front ground. And we've got... Oh, these are my characters. This is my character colors. Okay. Yeah, black and... Yeah. Black and brown for the leather. I think that works. As for which... Oh, geez, there's a lot of symbols here. There are a lot of symbols here. Definitely going to go back black for the background, but for the foreground... Swords are kind of classic. Ooh, sword and shield. I do use shields. Solid black banner, nothing else. I don't think so. That's a bit of a classic color mix. Yeah, go with a classic color mix, why not? Do I want sword and shield? You know what, yeah, we'll go with that. Name. Oh, right, I need to figure out a name for this guy. What am I going to name? And we're only halfway through this. Oh my god. Yeah, this is going to be a full episode of character creation. Oh, name. I didn't even spend any time thinking about this. There's gotta be some kind of name I can use. Oh yeah, this is riveting gameplay. Riveting to watch. I am fully aware of this. I probably should have done it off screen, but really, it's interesting seeing how things are going and developing and like, what am I gonna name him? What would be a good name for a guy like this? I'm kind of leaning towards Jason. Jason what? Well, he's a diplomat in the past. How am I going? A diplomat and a warrior. What about Pendragon? I feel like that could be work. That could work. Jason Pendragon. Pendragon because he's a warrior and diplomat. Pen for the diplomat, dragon for the warrior side. In that case, if we're going with Pendragon, let's change the banner. Is there anything that works? I think that looks good. Kinda dragony in a way. Yeah, sure. Keep it like that. I think that works. Jason Pendragon. Sure. Okay, attributes. Here we go. Might, finesse, and quickness. Let's see. Might determines the physical strength of a character, leads to more powerful attacks and stronger abilities, as well as increasing the endurance defense. This attribute is strongly recommended because of your training in sword and shield and javelin. Okay, that makes sense. Gives to attack and ability strength, endurance defense. Endurance resists attacks on the internal physical systems of the okay, fortitude. Finesse. Finesse attribute determines a character's physical and mental precision. Used to determine accuracy of attacks of spell. So this is basically dexterity. Quickness determines how often a character can use their abilities and spells in combat, reducing cooldown durations. That could be useful. Vitality determines a character's physical health and their strength of personality. Okay, that's actually unique. I've never seen health and will combined before. Wits describes a character's mental acuity, their ability to observe their environment and pick up on clues, increased spell strength as well as a magic defense, and resolve, character's ability to endure physical and mental challenges. Resolve is a primary attribute used to derive the endurance, will, and magic defenses. It also increases duration of application of afflictions applied by the character. I imagine these might also be useful in oh geez, I don't get much. I mean, I can give an increase to 1 for each of these. Let's give 1 more point in might and 1 more in resolve. Yeah, why not? Let's do it with that. Relatively balanced. I think, maybe I want wits. No, we'll give it to resolve. Okay, skills! Oh boy. So we got one-handed weapons, we've got bows, we've got dual wield, magic staff, two-handed weapons, unarmed combat, some of those I don't care about. Athletics, we know that. Lore. Lore skill determines the character's ability to decipher information, put together clues from fragments of information. Skill is critical for magic users who wish to learn new runes to power their spells. It's also used in dialogue to determine what you know about the history of the world or to impress others with your intelligence. Parry is defense, subterfuge is lockpicking, dodge is defense against ranged attacks. Okay. I want good lore. I'm not really using any of these other abilities, so 35 in one-handed, 30 in all these other support skills except dodge, which is 22. I think that'll work. How do you want to continue? Selecting the Conquest option will allow you to play through Kairos' Conquest of the Tears, choosing how your character was involved in the invasion. This gives you the most control over the starting state of the game and how other factions will react to your character. Oh boy! Quick Start. Selecting the Quick Start option will bypass the Conquest phase of character creation. You will select from a list of available templates for how your character was involved in this Conquest of the Tears. Let's go with Conquest. Learn the whole thing. Oh jeez. This is...
All the world has fallen to Kairos. And now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Oh boy. So, during the Conquest, you will decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. Oh boy, okay, this is gonna be quite a thing. Normally I only have like 5 minutes left in an episode. I don't know if this is gonna be only 5 minutes. This might be longer, especially with the reading. So, you know what? This is going to turn into a part 2. I did not expect character creation to get this long. So, pause this episode here. Next episode, we'll go into Conquest mode and see just what happens here. We'll learn more about the world and everything around it. This is important for a first go because we'll get a better idea of everyone that will be involved. But that'll be the next episode. So until then, I'm Chestook44. This has been a Let's Play of Tyranny, and I shall see you all next time.